What is going on, people? Back again for another review of another anthology movie. No, only kidding. I am back, if you couldn't tell by the title, for this guy, Volumes of Blood. I actually got this in the horror pack that I have a video for. If you haven't seen that, go ahead, check it out, especially if you don't know what it is. Like I said, this is another anthology movie. It's put out by Verite Cinemas. Hopefully I said that right. I believe it's Verite. It has a bunch of directors. It has 5 shorts in it. The directors are P.J. Starks, Jakob Bilinski, Nathan Thomas Milliner, John Kenneth Muir, and Lee Vervoort. Probably butchered those names, but that's what I do. I slay names. They slay people in their movies. I slay names. It's written by Tom Morton, Nathan Thomas Milliner, and P.J. Starks. It stars Jim O'Rear, Kristine Renee Farley, Jason Crowe, Ronnie Jonah, among many others, because like I said, there's a whole bunch of shorts. Pretty much what this one is about is, in the beginning you see, this little cheesy horror. Looks like a throwback to these 80s horror, so I thought that's what the movie was kind of going to be like. But nope, it was just like a little scene that someone was watching on their phone in a class. And then you find out that the class is this film class and kind of deal, and they're talking about horror movies and how to scare people and all this stuff and all that. And they finish the class, and then it gets brought into this library, which happens to be pretty much where the rest of the movie is actually located. Anyway, 4 people, they meet at this table in the library, and they're talking. One of the guys brought him there because he wanted to, for his final project or whatever, he wanted to really get down a really good story and movie and such. So he had them sit down and pretty much tell tales, certain stories or whatever that might give him the spark to do something good, or at least give him ideas, kind of deal. So pretty much each one kind of goes around like almost like a Are You Afraid of the Dark kind of deal. They all sit at the table and kind of tell their own story. One story was about like a ghost story. Another one was bringing a boyfriend back from the dead kind of deal. Another one was a prank gone wrong, I guess you want to call it. And then another one was I don't want to say another ghost story, but pretty much each one had their own like spin on certain stories. Again, they're little short films, I guess. So I don't want to give too much away, so I kind of just gave a brief synopsis of what each little short was about. Then that's all I thought, and at one part in the movie, well, towards the end, kind of it threw in another kind of short, I guess you want to call it. It kind of brought all those short stories together into another story. It was like a horror story inside a horror story. It was definitely pretty cool. This was a little bit lower of a budget movie. Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's why they kept it in one location, which wasn't a bad thing. It's something different that I've haven't seen before. For a lower budget movie, some of the gore effects were definitely intense. Certain ones were, I was like, wow, well, that's pretty cool. They used a lot of practical effects, which I definitely liked. There was some CGI that didn't really hit the mark for me, but the practical effects made up for those maybe bloops of the CGI that I really wasn't. I'm not a big fan of CGI to begin with, but sometimes if it's not done well, it looks even worse. But like I said, the practical effects made up for the bloops that I saw. But like I said, it's definitely another anthology movie. If you're into anthology stuff, I think you'll like this. The end kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't expect what was going on, and then it definitely picks up big time towards the end as well with that last, I guess you want to call it, short story. Definitely go ahead, check it out. It did come out last year. Like I said, I got it through the horror pack, so definitely go check out the horror pack if you don't know what it is. But I'll leave everything. I'll leave like the IMDb and stuff. I'll leave where you can purchase this film. And yeah, again, hopefully you're enjoying all these reviews. I'm spitting out a lot more than I've ever done. I probably did more in the past like 2.5 weeks than I did in the past like 2 years. So hopefully you're enjoying it. If you really do enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts if you have seen this movie or whatever. Share this stuff with your friends. Maybe there's someone who is looking for new movies. Maybe you've seen it, maybe they haven't. So share it. And yeah, I guess until the next time, I'll see you.